Hello and welcome back. In today's video I'm going to show you how to create a simple and yet effective Y2K effect on your pictures. And I chose this model right here. I'm going to start off by using Ctrl L to brighten up this image a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I'm going to press OK. And I already made a cutout of the person just using the object selection tool on Photoshop. I'm gonna click on this icon right here to create a layer mask. I'm gonna delete this one, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a solid color. Let's choose a white or a very bright gray. I'm gonna use it as a background, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually duplicate this image and I'm gonna leave it in here as a backup. Now I'm gonna right click on the layer mask and apply the layer mask. This way we have our character. Let's name it character. Alright, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Ctrl U and I'm gonna desaturate the image just like this. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the gradient map and we're gonna clip it to the character. Let's actually make sure to click on the gradient, not on the layer mask. And let's click in here. Let's go to the basics and choose this simple black and white gradient. And now in here, I'm gonna create a gradient. And let's actually look for something that looks a little bit Y2K, you know, the iconic style. Maybe something bright like this would look good. We could keep it this way, or we could add another color, maybe something between the white and the dark blue, something like this, maybe a little bit brighter, just to add a little bit of contrast. Okay, let's look at the before and after. You can see it's already looking a little bit Y2K. Let's actually copy this text. Now let's select both of these layers by pressing Ctrl and click on the other layer. Let's press Ctrl E to merge them, and let's double click to rename this character again. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna duplicate this layer by simply clicking and dragging it into this icon, this plus icon right here on the bottom. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to filter, then blur and Gaussian blur. Let's add a little bit of blur, nothing too crazy. Press OK. Now let's zoom in a little bit to see what we're doing. And let's look for a blend-in mode that looks good. Screen or lighten. Let's actually see if we can find something else. Hard light is looking good as well, but let's just go with screen. I'm gonna go and make it darker a little bit, just to keep the original colors. See? Right now let's lower the opacity a little bit. And we're gonna duplicate this character once again. Just like this. Let's bring it all the way to the top, place it in here, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to filter, blur, then motion blur. Okay, let's go for something that looks like this, and of course you could go even crazier if that's what you like. And now let's go for screen or lighten again. I'm gonna keep it at screen. Alright, let's actually make it a tiny bit darker. And as you can see now we have this glowing effect on our image. Let's turn all of these off and you can see the difference. Okay. And this is how you create this effect. And of course we could go back and add a little bit of text effect like this. I'll just cut out some text and some icons from old magazines, and I applied basically the same gradients along with a paper texture. You can see a printed paper texture just to give it up the, you know, printed old magazine look. And this is basically how to create a Y2K effect using simple steps. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to press like, subscribe, and click on the bell icon to receive notifications about upcoming videos.